to the third part now, yeah? Now, just now what you see is because everybody's different, but when I teach them, I teach in a format, a set of movements. Every movement have a meaning. This is, you have to understand, right? I don't teach movements which doesn't make any sense. Every movement has to be accounted for. It has to be accounted for. Okay, that's how I teach innate research, right? I'm not going to commenting on other teachers. They got their method of teaching, which obviously, you know, out of respect for them, yeah. But to me, for my student, if they don't know what are that movement, because that is what we're doing, we're learning movement. It doesn't matter what style. What's the point of arguing about this style? Well, they're all good. All styles are good. And I'm not a master. I'm only a teacher, and I'm only a little teacher. I'm only a student. I'm not a master. Okay, yeah. So I'm still learning. So all styles are good, but at least, yeah. When I put myself in my point of view as a student, I would like to know why. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? So, you know, like I said, it's just a circular move. But what is this circular move? Do you know what is this circular move for? So if you don't know this circular move, what is the point of doing it? Yeah, so like this, right? So this is a circular move. We call it silk reeling. But what do you have for? Why are we doing this? Right? So from here, right, the twisting of this arm, yeah, that'll give me an extra contraction on muscle power. So from here is a block. I can do it slow. Of course, you all start off with learning slow movement. But then again, the speed come on faster and faster and faster, isn't it? So what's the point of arguing? Oh, I just want to do slow. Oh, I just want to do for health. Isn't it not health? Exercises. Did I mention any style name? Did I mention any style name at all? It's just exercises. So we just call it exercises. But how do you know? You said you want to use exercises, methodology, right? For self-healing and for health. How? Do you understand how? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? There's 6 meridians here. This is the lung meridian, large intestines, pericardium, outer heart. Okay, 3 burners, 3 groups of organs. Okay, yeah, and then obviously you got the small intestine and the heart. So therefore, all this we are moving, so creating stimulations to 12 organs. That is how we use it from the internal. Taoist medicine, and these are all internal training, but because of my moving of my finger, it gives me extra movement, because then I can grip people's hand. So from here, yeah, I can grip your hand, right? Then I can wallop you. So yeah, all my students had to understand what are the movements are doing. Okay, because what's the point? I ask my student to learn, and then they don't understand. That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? So that is why, remember, we're all different. So therefore, the teacher must know how to teach accordingly. Okay. Now, the part 3, we're talking about, of course, you have to drill through the foundation, the movement of methodology from Gong Fa. The Gong Fa made me usually from the methodology side, the movement side. The movement, yes, you can have self-healing as well, right? And then you learn the movements of 4. You know, just like now, it's so, you know, like just like the little peak like that. What is it for? Right? Even like this, you know, like a cutting thing, you know, what is it for? Right? What is it for? This is when you block me, right? Then it's, so all the move had an objective, isn't it? So if you don't know the objective, haven't you missed the heavenly glory? True? You should ask the guy who's in front of you, what is it for? Excuse me, can you tell me what is the movement for? So if the answer is not coming, so that's your decision. That's your decision. That's why I left when I was traveling around seeking out good teachers. I just asked a few questions. I said, oh, thank you. And I left. And I know I'm not, the guy can't even, you know, talk to me, explain to me. You reckon the guy will teach me? So what is the point of me saying in that school? I left. Thank you. So that's why I want to share this problem with you. And from this, slowly elevating to the martial side. Now, remember, martial artists are not, again, not, you know, a few moves, you know, a few training movement, a few forms. Doesn't mean that you are a fighter. Please, martial artist and fighter. Okay, yeah, fair enough. They're different. Of course, they're different. You feel a new move, you can do a few moves. Can you fight? Have you ever been in any real fight situations? Yeah, so you tell me, I don't know. So that's a problem in China. And that's why you look at YouTube and all these master, they won't even last 3 seconds from a boxer. That really brings shame to the Chinese martial arts, isn't it? Yes, I'm very angry about it because, well, you know, these guys, you know, if obviously when I was young, I was crossing hands with a lot of these guys because at the end of the day, if people put me on the floor, I say thank you because that's the way I learn and I know my mistakes. So I get up again and do it again. This is how you learn. You learn from failures. And a lot of these guys, these teachers, just by looking at it, they have no experience of fighting at all. And that's why they intercept the move. It has no relevance in a real situation. And you teach a student like that and drill it into your subconsciousness. And the student got really, really bad, you know, encounter when they try to use it. Oh, let me think. Oh yeah, I'm doing a tiger claw. Yeah, I'm doing a block. These boxers are very nippy, you know, they're fast, man. They're very fast. How are you going to cope with that? Oh, let me think. Remember good old Bruce, don't think, you miss all the heavenly glory. So we have to face our devils. We have to face it. Put down your pride. Pride is a good thing. Everybody got pride, but too much pride is foolish. Okay, yeah. So that's why make sure that martial artists, you learn a few moves. Doesn't mean you can fight. Why? Now, I said, knowing a few moves does not mean you can fight. Amateurs and professionals, they're different. Okay, yeah. What do you mean by amateurs? No, and what's mean by professional? Now, I just saw, actually, funny enough, only a few weeks ago, I saw a clips, you know, in YouTube was introducing a guy, the Chinese guy, working in, you know, in the security section. And his prize, he's working in America. He's a Chinese guy, yeah. His prize is, I think, about $20,000 US per hour as a security guard. Now that's professional. That is a professional. These guys get up 6 o'clock in the morning, just drill, just work on everything. Do you work on that? Huh? How many hours? How many hours? Some even Chinese master, they haven't even punched your blinking bags. And then they go around teaching people to look after themselves. This is the problem. We are amateurs because we on these boxes, they go into like MMA. So MMA is good. But the thing is, there are a lot of, you know, people in China, in MMA, you call it MMA today, but 10 years ago, there's no such thing as MMA. 20 years ago, 50, yeah, no, nothing. But in China, we call tap, tap, use your leg work, and you got distance, da. When you get shorter, you use your hand work. So throw the guy, unbalanced guy, la, go for grip and lock. And they've been in Chinese history for 5,000 years, written down all the history, all the martial history. So, but the thing is, that's why in China, we got a big problem. It seems to be lost all this. Okay, yeah. So we have to make sure that amateurs, and you know, we're all amateurs. I don't get up 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, when I was teaching at that time, yes, I trained very hard. But right, 20 years ago, when I went back to university, I shut down my school to study medicine, and I stopped it. So even today, I just teach a few people who are willing, you know, Why? It's my hobby. But I'm not amateurs. I'm not a professional guys who go into the ring and try to earn some money. These guys are really tough guy, This is their earning. They fight for their living. So why people, all these Chinese master go around talking this and that, and they go around trying to fight this guy? Of course, you just drag through the mud, will it? Now that's silly. That's very silly. But it gives us a bad name, and also it's not fair for the next generation, because the next generation, they're really interesting in learning. 5,000 years of the Chinese side of martial arts, yeah. And with these people, completely spoils it all for everyone. So we have to understand that, yeah. So, and I said here, there are two different categories of training, right? Then this is very important. Learn to take punishment, and before you're dishing out punishments. What does it mean? That means we have to do the steel jackets or the energy work. Okay, now I have the steel jacket in my videos. You check it out. So I can put up my hand, and I can induce the adrenaline. You call it adrenaline, also the endorphin, which is the painkiller, and even that my Adam's apples. We can crush it. Try to crush it. A lot of people. So some of my students, the highest stand is the six stand in jiu-jitsu. I got a lot of different style of students. All those years. Yeah. So, but like I said, we have to understand first. You have to train the guts. Then you talk about endeavors, right? And then also the third is Kung Fu martial arts. This is a Chinese saying, 一膽二命三功夫. So when you know a few moves, that doesn't mean you can fight. Have you got guts? You don't even have guts. Please just, I mean, look, those guys got guts. Simple as that. So no point arguing. Doesn't matter what technique, what style. You haven't got guts. Please step back. Simple as that. That's reality. So that's why martial artists are not martial fighters. Everybody, you must understand the differences, okay? Yeah. Now, I try to play at this film. There's a lot of free sparring in here.